are for sale. It's even told us that it's good for education, so therefore parents copy and buy. But think about what you do and think about what baby really needs to develop. Another question.
Well, like you
I'm sorry, because you put your finger up, it reminds me of something else that I was going to say. Can I do that first?
Yes.
But please yell out
again.
Please yell out again. And you have to stop me when I go on for too long. Okay.
I got a question.
About the carrying again. After that baby has been carried, beautifully protected all that time, we have another tool that we can use for carrying. What is that?
Our arms.
We have arms and hands. And this is the most comfortable position. So nourishing for mother or father, grandma, grandpa, and babies. It is our hands and our arms are just the right shape to hold our babies and carry them with us if we have to.
Like in swimming, I say that mothers, sometimes we need to help the child in water by giving a mother's type of hold. And then with a father, it's more like reaching out and where they grab. And then along with we've got so many rudders and things, but I apply what we learn in horsemanship, where Terry, what touch the hair is asking the horse to go, touch the skin is telling him, and touch the bone is commanding. So I see this again and again, pardon me, that gives way. But, here's a hyperactive child, and usually grandmother and mother is coming, because in case they get away, one can go one way and the other way. But I just simply go by the child and touch them. And then they will, a lot of times, they'll just grab a hold of my finger. And I'll be walking, I'm not telling them what to do. They're making the choice. And then, if they don't respond that way, I'll actually touch the palm, or maybe even give a little more pressure. But then they end up following me. And now I'm showing the parents the facility, and they're looking at this. And yeah.
Can I now go back to the lady?
Okay, yeah. Thanks for that.
Fantastic.
Well, like he and I were discussing, part of being a baby is interaction. They have to learn facial, recognition of faces, and that's part of holding them when they're up there on your belly.
Yes.
They're looking at your chest. They don't see the outside world or faces. Okay.
So you want me to comment, or you just want to contribute this?
Well, I don't know. I don't even remember what led up to it, but
But thank you. No, that's an important contribution. Is there another?
Well, what do you find then if a child is having difficulty bonding optically with a mother? What is, in your experience, what has worked well?
Sorry, when a child.
If the child is having difficulty with optical fixation of the mother, does not want to contact, looks everywhere else but the mother, does not want to form any type of bond, what has worked well in your experience?
Reflex creeping. He knows what that is. I will go into it. Does that answer your question? But also hold, that deep sensory hold.
Holding therapy, yes.
Holding the baby, making contact always. If they can't do it visually, because a young baby, the eyes are definitely not with. They're seeing an awful lot and they're feeling a lot through their eyes, but it's not like they're focused looking at you. It does come, but not necessarily when they're young. But then the contact you have to make through the body, so that is through a firm hold and a pet, or the rocking. That's where their sensory level is at.
And their eye contact will come when they're holding them and feeding them.
Yeah. All the time. Yes.
And we've actually found where that pattern is very similar to our children that are 3 or 4 years old with autism. The exact same pattern of that. We do the same thing, sensory hold.
Yeah. Another thing that is important when you're not doing it with the holding, and also especially when this happens with a child that's already a little bit older, it's chapter 8 in my book. Very important for you to realize. And again, it's through deep squeezing and pressure into the joints, all at a deep level. Chapter 8, remember that. Yes. I would like to look at one before we stop. I would like to look at one more piece of equipment. Anyone got a suggestion? Commonly used equipment for babies. Shall we look at, yes?
When you're putting the baby in that they're watching TV by themselves, they're just in a little bouncer.
In a bouncer. So
yes.
You have to explain to me what you mean by a bouncer.
A bouncer is what most people put their babies in when they don't want to hold them anymore.
Yeah.
So they put them in a seat that doesn't support the arms, it doesn't support the back. And they're sitting there, their feet are able to go through small holes and maybe touch the floor, but sometimes the baby's feet aren't able to touch the floor.
Yeah.
And their spine isn't supported in any way either.
Okay, so how old is this baby? How old is this baby you've told me?
I would say 5 months.
Okay, 5 months. First of all, I'm not in favor of a young baby like that watching television. That's the first comment I want to make. Now, in answer to your question about the equipment being used, if you want the baby to learn to control the reflexes throughout that first year of life, then you have to wait for babies to get into position themselves. A baby, it uses 10 months of its life to develop from lying on the floor to coming up into sitting. So when you place a baby at 5 months of age in a sitting position, you hinder their development in learning to control the reflexes. Also, when you place them in a vertical position before they can develop or get themselves up into sitting, the bones and the structure of the body is not ready to stay in those positions. I can't say exactly long term what the effect of that is. It will differ for all children, and often, fortunately, because we're part of nature, we've got all sorts of ways to compensate, and hopefully undo the damage. But at the time you're doing it, in my opinion, you are doing damage to the structure, as well as not allowing the development to take place as it should.
Thank you.
Thank you.